Hola, from the west side. It is me, DC the Purple Diva. Welcome to Not So Random Chat. Late edition again. I hope everybody had a good Tuesday. It was a good Tuesday here in the West. My music will probably die soon because I believe that electronic device is at 4%. I don't think it'll make it an hour. Anyway, we've been watching, I don't know how many of you guys have been, checking out some of the stuff on Netflix. But we've been watching this series on Netflix called Hollywood. And it's set in the 40s. There are real historical actors and actresses in it. And then there are fictional people that they have put in it. It's actually very, very interesting. They have Queen Latifah playing Hattie McDaniels. They have some unknowns playing people like Rock Hudson. And then I think it's B.D. Wong, who is playing the role of the actress from back in that time, Anna May Wong. And the way that they are portraying it, they are doing a screenplay adaptation of the story about the actress named Peg. I believe her last name was Twistle or something like that. This is a real person who jumped off the Hollywood sign, committed suicide. I'm sure she's probably one of the reasons why they do keep that sign locked up too. But they try to make changes in the character in this movie that they're putting together. First of all, they have a Black writer. And although there were a few Black writers back in the 40s, in this screen adaptation, this Black writer actually wins an Academy Award for this movie. However, we know that the first Black writer to win an Academy Award happened in 2009. You guys remember that movie Precious that Gabby Sidibe was in? Yeah, that movie. That would be the first movie that actually was written by someone Black that won an Academy Award. But, in this fairy tale, they're having this going on in the 40s, before they had that commission, that named all of these actors and actresses and writers and producers in Hollywood as communists in the 50s. So this happens before all of that happened. And so far it's actually pretty good. They've got a lot of, people that you've seen in different TV series in there. You have the actress that played Hey, Eyes Are Everywhere. You have the actress that played the mom on 2.5 Men. The one who played Charlie Sheen and John Cryer's mom. She's in this series. You also have the actor that played as Sheldon. He is in this. And let me just say, the character that he plays, I believe, is based on a real person. And the person that he plays is a cutthroat a-hole. It really does give you, yeah, it really, that I was getting into that. It really gives you a real vision of old Hollywood, you know, things that were behind the scenes. They have an actor in there playing Rock Hudson, and they're playing Rock Hudson truthfully, you know.
Changed his name.
You know,
fag,
you know, one of the things that we do know is that, you know, from it was the biggest not kept secret, I guess, in Hollywood that Rock Hudson was gay. I think that it didn't actually fully come out until he was on Dynasty. And, you know, he was unfortunately HIV positive, and, you know, he did later die of AIDS, but this is talking about his early career. And it's so funny, you guys, because at the time he was a terrible actor. He was a terrible actor. He was just good looking. But it shows how they had to do the transformation, you know, because apparently he didn't have, like, you know, the nicest teeth. So they had his teeth straightened and, you know, did the other things that they needed to do, you know, had him in the gym working out and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, it shows you a lot about the studio system that existed in Hollywood. And it does show you a lot about the racism that was going on and living very, very well in the 40s. Now they are making a fictional movie that they are going to have a lead actress who is Black in. And then the actor who's playing the lead, even though people think that he is white, he's actually half Asian. So I guess he's half Filipino. And of course, you guys know back in the 40s, it was very, very hard for someone who was a person that was of color or someone who was of Asian descent to get leading roles. I mean, guys, think about just a few years later, what happened to Bruce Lee? You know, he had to play the sidekick to the Green Hornet, even though he should have played the Green Hornet. And think about that series that came out in the 70s, Kung Fu. And the main character was played by David Carradine. Now, I like David Carradine. Don't get me wrong.
They fucked Bruce Lee over. But
he was not Asian. And Kung Fu was about someone who was Asian. You know, we think back to things like that and laugh about it now, because now people are playing characters truer to what they should be. But basically, you know, back in the 40s, it was unheard of for a Black actress to be the lead. The only thing that she could do is play a maid, like Hattie McDaniels did to win her Academy Award. And then it took, what, I don't know, over 50 years after that for another Black actress to get an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. And that was Whoopi Goldberg in the 80s. And then it took even longer for a Black actress to win Best Actress, which was Halle Berry. And that happened in the 21st century. So the way that they are portraying this is very, very interesting because it's clearly fictional. In the 40s, in the United States, but they are, bringing into play a lot of the racism that was going on during that time. They have, the movie being banned in the South because of Jim Crow laws. They even have a scene in one of the episodes of the series where a cross is burned on somebody's front lawn. And then you also have the fact that, because Rock Hudson is also portrayed as one of the actors in this thing, and we know of what his history is, someone throws a burning Bible into his bedroom window where he and his friend are at the time. Hey, Ozzy, how are you? I'm just talking about this new Netflix series called Hollywood that kind of fictionalizes some things from the 40s. It has some of the real players that were there, but it has a fictionalized storyline around a movie being made with the Black leading actress. And they do actually have Queen Latifah in this series playing Hattie McDaniel. But they don't have Hattie winning any, I don't know if they even talk about the fact that she won an award in it. They haven't even got that because she just kind of was in one of the episodes. I don't know if she's going to show back up in it. But, it just really shows you how slow things move in this country. Even though we are in the 21st century,
slow move for Black folks in this country.
It moves slow for everybody that's a person of color. I'm gonna just say it that way, because I wish I could say it was just us, but it's not. It's not just Black people. It's Latinos. It's Asians to a degree. Depending. Because really for them. So a lot of them, some of them come over here with money, but those that come with no money, it's just as hard for them. Now, of course, a lot of Asian immigrants come over here and they take advantage of a lot of the opportunities that are made available for immigrants that unfortunately are not made available for, native-born Americans. But it's a really good series. I think we've watched like 5 of the episodes. I'm not sure how many there are, but it's on Netflix. And it's got a very diverse cast. So, and it gives you a look at what was really going on, in Hollywood in the 40s. But one of the things that I discussed when we were watching that is that the things that you're seeing in the motion picture industry in the 40s are the same things that occur in the music industry. It's the entertainment industry as a whole that's very, very corrupt. You see people sleeping with people to get, parts in movies. I mean, we know that the same type of things happens in the music industry. People sleep with folk or do crazy things to get a record contract, to sing on a song, to get a hook. It's crazy, but I just thought that I would share that with you guys, because I know there's a lot of stuff that's coming around on all of the different streaming platforms, with Hulu, Amazon Plus, Apple, Disney Plus, Netflix. Hi, Chloe. Hey, Elise, how are you? Thank you for showing love. But it's been a really, really, it's been really interesting having this time to actually watch all of these things. Think about it. In normal times, we don't even take the time to watch this much. These many movies and, things on streaming services, but they're all booming right now. And I really think that that's probably going to be the norm as far as that for a while, because even though my country and other countries are starting to open back up slowly, I really and truly think that it's going to be a while before movie theaters are open back up. And when they do open back up, I don't think that they're going to be having full houses. I think that they're going to cut down the capacity of how many people can be in the theater. I think that there's going to be a continued social distancing. I think the same thing's going to happen with Broadway, with plays and musicals and concerts across the country. And I think the same thing is going to happen in sporting events around the world. I just think that this is going to be the way things are going to be for a while in the world, because this is not as much like some of the other things that have happened, I would say during my lifetime or in the last 20 years, as far as, we've had epidemics, and usually it would just hit one country at a time, or one continent at a time. But, this pretty much has gone around in the entire world. And unfortunately, it appears, the rumor of it coming out of some lab in the Republic of China may be, in fact, the actual fact and not just a rumor. So that means that if somebody was playing in a petri dish, just like I said, was probably what happened, that they have no idea how to create any type of vaccine for this. They are grasping at straws. I think that they're finding maybe treatments for it for people who get the more severe cases of it. But I realistically think that if they're going to make a safe vaccine for those who are going to take it, not me, I don't take flu shots. It's going to take somewhere between 12 and 18 months. And we all know that this is not going away. It's going to keep coming back. It's the reality. Just think about all of the other different types of, flu-like viruses that have happened in the last 20 years. Did any of them really go away? Or did we just get to the point where we were able, as a global community, to get them under control so that everybody wasn't becoming a statistic? But I just think that it's going to be a long time before things are going to be the way that they were before. And to be perfectly honest with you guys, I don't think that it will ever get like that again, because I don't think that we as human beings will feel that comfortable. And I'm not saying that there's not going to be people out there that are just going to be throw caution to the wind because they're already doing it. But I think that for the majority of the people in this country and in other countries, that we're all going to be really dealing with things quite differently. And I think that people will probably keep their circles of people who they socialize with on a regular smaller. There goes my music. I told y'all it was going to be gone soon. I wasn't kidding. Let me see if I can pull it up on something else and just let it play in the background. Let me see if I can find it on here. There it is. Audio. But I really think that that's the way that it's going to go. I do know that they are now trying to make film and television production considered essential. So I guess that means that we will start to see some semblance of things being produced. But I do think that they're going to do things very, very differently. I think that if this becomes the new norm, that as they are putting together, TV series and everything, if they're doing them in present day, then they're going to have to write that into some of these things. That's what I think. That's what my personal opinion is. Let's see. Oh, I got to turn it up so y'all can hear the music. There's the music. There's the music. It is bad here in California, but I really, even though I don't think that Los Angeles County is, let me say this. I don't think that the city of Los Angeles is going to be very quick to open up, because I think part of it is because the mayor of LA is looking out for the safety of the people, but I do believe that part of it is political on his part, because the homeless problem in Los Angeles is his problem because he ran on that. And it's going to take them at least until August or September to get most of the people that they're trying to get housed, that are homeless, housed. So I mean, the LA city budget is bleeding right now. And I honestly don't think that the city of Los Angeles can handle, staying closed and just only having basic services for much longer. But I just have a feeling that it's probably not going to be starting to see things, at least in that particular city, till closer to Memorial Day, towards June. Now, there are businesses that are opening up around California and around the country, this week, just in time for Mother's Day. Do me a favor, don't take Corona to your mama. Please don't. Please don't. Don't. Don't go out to restaurants if they're open in your part of the country. You can order it from the restaurant, have it delivered to the house, or have somebody go over there and pick up the full meals or whatever. Or here's a thought: somebody could cook some food for mama. But don't take y'all mamas. Don't expose y'all mamas to this. That's not a good Mother's Day gift. And looking at the statistics, at least in Los Angeles County, although the percentage is higher than I would like of people of color who have tested positive for this. It's not as bad as people thought it was. But again, this is just based on the statistics where race was actually acquired. We don't know if it was acquired for all of the cases. So this is just based on the information that they are actually giving us. And I've heard similar information in other parts of the country, which concerns me as to whether we're actually getting the real information as to how this is truly affecting the Black family. I don't know. I don't know if they're telling us the truth. You know, but I wouldn't believe all of those statistics. You hear me, ATL? Do y'all hear me? Stop standing in those lines. Anything y'all got to do this week can't be that serious. They're also about to open up clothing stores, y'all. I don't know how that's going to work. Hey, Terry. I don't know how opening up the clothing stores is going to actually work. You know, are people going to be going into the stores one at a time, 6 at a time, 10 at a time? Are they going to be able to try clothes on? I don't know. Would you want to put something back on a rack that someone tried on? How do you know that person is not asymptomatic? I'll just say, if you're buying any clothes right now, if it's something that you can wash, I would wash it before I wear it. Seriously. Matter of fact, you probably shouldn't even buy anything that you can't wash. Unless, you know, the dry cleaners happen to be open in your area. I haven't seen any cleaners open in my area. They weren't considered essential. So we'll see how that works. But there's something else that I wanted to talk about. I'm thinking about doing a video on this, but I just want to talk about this. So we know that there's lots and lots of drama going on YouTube. And it's going on all over. And y'all know the DC does not do the drama. Y'all, I am 57 years old. I don't do drama. I don't. I know I may not look like I'm 57 years old, but I don't do drama. However, there seems to be a few YouTubers who think that they own their supporters and their moms. So I kind of wanted to talk about what I think the role of a mod is versus what some people make it out to be. And I probably will also do a video talking about this. But, you know, my belief about a mod is that mods are generally someone who supports your channel, and there are people who come to your channel on a regular basis, and they're there to help keep the chat clean and to make sure that everyone in the chat is respecting each other and is respecting the host. That's what I think their job is. I do not think that if someone mods on one channel, that they can't go to anybody else's chat that they want to go to if the channel holder that they mod on has problems with other channel holders or doesn't like other channel holders. I don't think that it's being disloyal to that channel holder by going wherever you want on YouTube, especially if you are a content creator yourself. The reason that I say this is because that there are some channel holders who think that if someone who mods on their channel, and I don't know about y'all, but I mod on a number of channels, shouldn't be allowed to go to other channels. Now, here's my thing. If, in fact, the person is going over to other channels and they're, you know, in a bunch of drama and, you know, it all spills over to here and there, that's one thing. But if they're just sitting in other people's chats and, you know, visiting other channels, getting to know other people on YouTube, then that's fine. If they are in a chat where people are saying things about a channel holder who they mod for, and they don't say anything, are they wrong? Should they be defending the channel holder who they mod for if they don't even know anything about the situation? Should they get involved in it? I don't think that they should if they're not involved. I think that that's one of the things that causes a lot of issues on the platform, because then you start to have clicks. I don't do clicks. You know, but I've been seeing that. I've seen things like that happen. I've seen people get their mod wrench taken away because they were in someone else's chat. I've seen them get their mod wrench taken away and get banned from the chat and get cussed out because they were in somebody else's chat. And although that hasn't happened to me yet, I find that to be disturbing. Hey, Magnum. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that, you know, if somebody mods for somebody's channel, that should be the only place that they ever go, that they shouldn't explore other parts of YouTube? You know, like places that they went before they even knew this person? You know, suppose they don't even know that these two people have a beef, or they don't, you know, they don't really know the history. I'm just saying. So, you know, that was one of the things that I wanted to talk about. There's another thing that I wanted to talk about, and I'm going to try to say this is, I'm going to try to keep my cool. So, you guys, everyone knows that I'm an autism mom. And you all, and by default, I am also an autism activist and advocate. And there are a number of individuals on this platform who are on the autism spectrum. And the ones that I know are great people. You know, and I have heard some things that one of those people that I know went through some things with another YouTuber that I also know, and I just found out about it. Now, it was disturbing to me because I don't advocate people being bullied and being, you know, call out their names. And I even more detest it when it's happening to someone who's on the spectrum, when they're in a chat or when they're on a panel and they're talking and people are disrespecting them. Now, I wasn't in the chat when this stuff happened. This stuff happened. I wasn't even around in that particular sector when it happened. However, you know, this I have seen certain things happen. I have seen certain things happen. And I will commend the people that I know who are on the spectrum. They're on YouTube because they all handle it very classy. And, you know, those of you who might be bullying them or making fun of them on this platform, let me just tell y'all something. These individuals, some of whom I know, have more brains and a higher IQ than you idiots do. So, you know, if you know me, and you're one of those people who has been out there doing not nice things to content creators who have neural disabilities or physical disabilities, I'm going to just say that you need to change your heart, change your attitude, and get a grip. Pun intended. It's just crazy to me that there's so many fake people on here who act like they care about people who are different than them, but they really don't. I mean, this is one of the reasons why I'm on this freaking platform, is to change that. That's also one of the reasons why, one of the things that I've been doing lately, and I told you guys, I have been going around this platform looking for other autism moms, no matter where they are in the world. Because there are a few autism dads on here, don't get me wrong, but the majority of the parents that are YouTubers are the moms. And I found out a very interesting fact, that I was mistaken, you know, when I first started doing my channel, and it's probably because I wasn't in the algorithm that I could not find a lot of autism channels. But now that I'm in the algorithm, I'm able to find a lot of them. And I'm finding a lot of other mothers on here who don't necessarily have autism channels. They just may have a channel about anything. But I'm reaching out to a lot of those mothers, especially during this time, because the majority of the parents that are on this platform have children under the age of 18. There's not that many of us who are on the other side and, you know, bringing the knowledge from having gone through everything. You know, so I've been reaching out to them because I really want to get this message out to the ignorant people that are on the platform who ridicule and make fun, either in their chats or in videos, of people who have autism. Period, point blank. There's a lot. I know, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm telling you, Terry. I'm not just, I'm in a lot of different sectors, and there's a lot of, you know, beef going on in BS going on all over the place, but I was actually doing some research because I was trying to find out what was going on in regards to something with another YouTuber who I support. And in going to find out the information in regards to that, just, to get the other side of what was really going on, because I don't really know. But, since people keep trolling my chat, I decided I was going to go find out. So I did find out some stuff. And that's when I found out that, a YouTuber that I support has in the past made fun of at least one individual, or not treated, no, maybe they didn't make fun. They didn't treat them nicely. They treated them very poorly, who happens to be on the autism spectrum. And that really shocked me, because the person, that they did this to, everybody else that I know that deals with my friend is nothing but kind, nothing but patient, allows him to get his thoughts out, because he usually has something to say. So it was very disappointing to me to find out that another person I know is out there throwing rocks and hiding their hands. So I have, y'all know, I'm just being real cool right now, but it does anger me when people do things like that. You know why? Because I have an almost 25-year-old son on the spectrum who, if you look at him, you might not be able to tell he has autism, but if you took the time to actually have a conversation with him, you know something's going on. And I worry about people doing things like that to him. And I'm not saying, now, my son does know how to defend himself. let me put that part out there. But he shouldn't have to. And I know that, those who are on the spectrum that are on this platform, they can hold their own. And I just feel that they shouldn't have to deal with that ignorance from people who call themselves Christians. Please don't say you're a Christian and do evil, vile things on this platform. Stop it. Don't even say you're a believer. Don't say none of that. When you're out here doing evil. I mean, really. Why do people always want to bring God into something when they out here doing their what? Always want to bring God into it then. Now God's in it. God wasn't in it when you was doing when you were saying what you were saying, or when you were treating somebody unkind. And I mean, I know I'm ranting. But believe me, this is a mild rant for me. And although I don't get on here and curse people out, please don't believe that it's not because I can't. It's just that that's not my style. It's not my style. And I don't let people on YouTube push my buttons like that. They haven't done it yet. But it just bothers me when people are doing stupid shiznick. It bothers me. Because in reality, what I said before still stands. If you have not been touched by autism, you will. You will either have a member of your family, a child, a friend's child, somebody who works with you, somebody at your church, somebody at your synagogue, somebody at your mosque, somebody at your fellowship hall. You will be touched by it. And maybe that's what it's going to take for these ignoramuses to stop doing this crap. Because it just makes you guys look like bullies. It makes you look like a freaking bully. Y'all, I'm so mad right now. I'm shaking about it. But I'm being calm. Because, you know, I mean, I know people are out there doing stupid shiznick. You know, and I know there's a number of people who say ignorant things. I know that there's people on here who, when they want to roast somebody, they say that they are on the spectrum or that they ride the short bus. I get it. I get it. But I'm going to say something. When you roasting somebody, you know, I think not only me as the parent of someone who has a developmental disability, but I bet you all of the people on this platform who have developmental disabilities or who have autism, because many of them, you don't even know they have autism because you can't even tell, would love it if y'all would stop using that. Don't say somebody rides on the short bus. Don't say that they slow if you don't even know that to be the case. Don't say that they on the spectrum or any of that stuff if you don't really know that. Trying to use it as an insult, because it's not an insult for people with autism to be different. Most of them like being different. They wouldn't want to be like us neurotypical people if you paid them. Because here's one of the things that I do know about most people on the spectrum. They do not lie. They tell the truth to a fault. That's the reason why I'm upset about this, is because I actually heard a replay of a live stream where the individual who this happened to was retelling the story of it happening. Now, this is something that, again, happened last year. But it shows a pattern if someone is always bullying other people. And the person, and this particular person, that he doesn't, as a person on the spectrum, does not bully people. It's just a bunch of craziness, you know. Because we're going through so much stuff as a country, as a world. And so we have people out here doing stupid stuff like this. It just tells me that if you do this to someone, if you do things like that to people who are different than you, because they think differently than you, they act differently than you, they talk differently than you because they have a neurodiversity, it tells me that you are a very small person and you are very insecure and you really don't think a whole lot about yourself. And you don't. You can't. You can't possibly. But I'm going to tell you folks out there who are always doing this stupid crap, there's going to be more people with autism every year. More and more and more and more and more. And you better get used to them, and you better get your shoes knit together. Y'all see how I did that? I'm not going to say that word. Not going to even let myself feed into it. I want to say it. I did all my cursing about this before I got online. You know, I did. I did my cursing. It's just, you know, we got so much stuff to deal with in this world. There are so many things. There's so much that is stacked against people who have neurodiversities because of stigmas that are placed on them. And all of us have dealt with, you know, people coming at us sideways or wrong in this manner at some point in our life, because everyone's had to deal with the bully, or you were the bully. You either were bullied or you were the bully. That's the way, that's how it is. You know, I've never been a bully, but when I was younger, I told you guys I had a speech impediment and I was a stutterer and I was really, really shy. So, you know, people would tease me and everything. But I told you guys, this Catholic school girl knew how to fight, like street fight. So if I could beat my bully, they didn't bully me no more. But you shouldn't have to fight to stop somebody from bullying you. And that doesn't always work. You know, but one of the reasons why I'm on here is to change people's minds, to open up their minds, to make them hopefully think differently about people who have a neurodiversity. Because as I say all of the time, you guys, autism does not end at 18. And our children are not going to always be these cute little cuddly kids. They become adults. And if you treat them badly, they're going to react badly. And it won't be a happy time for anybody. Now, this is just cyber stuff. And the people on the internet and, you know, thankfully, the individuals that I know on the spectrum are very strong, resilient people. And, you know, unfortunately, people who have neurodiversities are used to being teased, are used to it. It doesn't stop them from doing what they want to do. But you who are out there and doing this crap on this platform, and if you feel some kind of way, and if you think I'm talking about you, I probably am. Because if you have done this, you know who you are. You did. And you should feel like a peon right now. You should. I mean, I'm not the only parent that feels this way about our adult child on the autism spectrum. This is what all parents fear, because we know we're not going to always be there, and that our children as adults have to stand up for themselves. It's just sad that they have to deal with so much ignorance. you know, because it's not like autism is rare anymore. When my son was born, it was 1 in 10,000. Now they know that it's maybe 1 in 45. And it's probably even higher percentage than that. It's a higher percentage in the Black community, I can tell you that. It is. So that, this just really had me riled up. I didn't know if I was going to say anything about it, but I couldn't not say anything about it because it really bothered me. And I'm putting it out there. And I hope the people who do this, and there are a few people who do this, because there are people who will throw it around as part of their roasting. I'm hoping that you guys who use that as part of your roasting tactic find a better way. Use some other words. Don't always shoot for people's intelligence and then decide that they must have autism. Because guess what? Autistic people, most of them are actual genius. So you're really not saying that they're stupid if you say that they might be on the spectrum. You're saying that they're really smart, idiot. But then that's because y'all don't really know that much about autism.
Doing the shit they doing.
Nope, I'm using my platform for what it's supposed to be used for. An autism advocate. Because that's what I am. Hey, God loves me. How are you? Sorry, girl. I'm on here ranting. I found out about some stuff, that happened to another YouTuber that happens to be on the autism spectrum. Now, it happened a while ago, but I know that things like that are still going on across this platform. Yes, son. I know. That's right. You are smart. You're smarter than mom.
Okay.
You're smart. That's right. You are very intelligent. Yeah. Well, I mean, it didn't happen to me. I'm just, basically giving my feelings about the situation because I just found out about it. And, I've been around some of the people that were involved in that situation. It's just very upsetting. To find out there's, I already knew there were fake people on here. Don't get me wrong on that. I know there's people on here that are fake. But y'all just don't know. Let me just tell y'all. I may seem real cool and, chill, and I am. Except when it comes to autism and people messing with people with autism. Then I'm a mama bear. I'm like a lion. I am like a lion when it comes to that. I've had to be. I had to fight for my son when he couldn't fight for himself. I did. Now he's able to fight some of those battles himself, but he still needs me to help him somewhat. I'm gonna come on camera for you guys. Hey, Darren. I've been on an autism rant. I found someone has been messing with folks. A lot of people have been messing with people, and I'm just sick of it. All right, let me come on camera. Hey guys, come on over here. Don't put your hand in front. Just come over here and sit down by mom. He wants you guys to see him. He wants y'all to see him. Hey guys. So this is my person who I'm always fighting for. Always. And I'm gonna be fighting for him and fighting for autism rights until the day I die. Say hi, everybody.
Okay.
All right. All right, he's gone. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out with me. I just needed to vent about that. I probably could have done it more constructively. I probably could have. But I think that I contained my anger about the situation very, very well. Y'all see I'm smiling. I'm smiling right now. But I'm really still pissed off about it. You know. But it's nothing I can do about what happened in the past. I can simply state my opinion about it and move forward. Hey, Adelina, how are you? You know, I don't like people bullying, cyberbullying, and making fun of people, especially people who have a neural diversity, because it's really not a disability. It's just they think differently. They just think differently. Period. And it's my job and all of these other parents, all of us who are on this platform, to help to shed some light on that for the ignorant people. I'm smiling, y'all. See? Smile. I'm smiling. All right, y'all. I'm going to get off of here. But before I leave, I want to offer you guys peace and blessings from the West Side. God loves me. I'm not even going to say the name because I'm not even going to give them that much energy. But believe me, if they happen to listen to this live stream, they know who they are. And now they know that I know who they are. Yeah, that part. All right, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a blessed rest of your night or morning. Talk to you guys later. Bye, everybody. Wow.